Hey, what is up, everyone? Pastor JAMZ here, back with another review, and today we have a fan request slash review that I was probably going to do, but I was on the fence about it. But since Jesus, a viewer, has requested for me to review this album, I'm going to. The new album by Meek Mill, Expensive Pain. This came out just a few weeks ago. I saw it. I thought it was a little eye-catching, especially, Meek Mill, probably one of the best East Coast rappers out there. Um, you know, kind of feuding with Drake, getting a lot of popularity. Yeah, so me myself, I'm not really a big Meek fan. Not because I don't like his music or his style, just not for me. Not really something that I find myself gravitating towards. But with this new album out, I thought I'd just give it a shot. So Meek Mill is 34-year-old rapper, singer-songwriter from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and coming out with this new album, Expensive Pain, 18 tracks and 55 minutes long. Uh, Saw that there was quite a few interesting features on here, and might I say that it's kind of a big cluster of just a unnecessary filler and some really good highlights on this thing. One thing I do want to get out of the way is just this big trend I see going on now. Back in 2018 was the trend of like really short albums just because a certain individual had a lot of commercial success. I'm not going to name the artist because I'm not trying to make it all about them, but I'm just saying that when I saw a certain artist release a series of short albums, uh, gaining a lot of commercial success, all of a sudden everybody's releasing short albums, less than 35 minutes long, even 27 minutes long, around that range. And I just hate how artists kind of pulling themselves towards these trends just to get maybe like a bunch of selling numbers. And then 2020 late 2019 and 2020 was the trend of the deluxe editions, deluxe this, deluxe that, even after albums have been out for more than 4 or 5 years, coming out with deluxe editions. Like, come on, dude. Now we have the trend of 2021 where albums have to be super long. I've seen albums coming out that are more than an hour long, an hour 15 minutes, even an hour 45 minutes. It's really ridiculous, and I don't really see why albums have to be so super long. Artists following this trend. And I know I'm going on a little rant here, but it's true. This album is probably a definition of why you shouldn't follow trends, because it has so much filler. You have 18 tracks and 55 minutes long. So much unnecessary filler that if most of these tracks were cut out and you just had core tracks that were the highlights on this thing, you would have a pretty solid album. This would be an amazing album, as a matter of fact. But with so much unnecessary filler and tracks that you're just trying to get out of the way, or maybe you even have a bonus track on here, signifying that you didn't even want it to be on there in the first place, but you put it on there anyways. I mean, what's going on here? And to add insult to injury on Expensive Pain by Meek Mill, I mean, just you have highlight tracks here, and then he'll kind of switch it up and kind of be like this humble, really down to earth person trying to send out a positive message of just staying true to yourself. Yet your highlights consist of bangers of just being the best and not letting anyone get in your way, just having two totally opposite sides of the coin here, and like you're not really following any not having any substance in your album or any sense of direction of what you're going, what message you want to convey, if any message at all. But like I said, you'll have two or tracks on here that follow like this hardcore banger style trap, kind of like just like a flexing type thing, which is not the highlights on this thing. And then you'll have two or three more tracks, kind of like bumps in the road of, like I said, just not so much gospel, but like it just feels really weird coming from Meek Mill. Like just having all this hype going up and then boom, just coming back down from it like a roller coaster. Like, where's the fun in that? Like, you just completely throw your listener off guard multiple times in this album. Like, it's really weird how oddly structured this album is. Tracks like On My Soul, Love Train, Love Money, Cold Hearted 3, and Halo uh, really just try to come out with like these weird, uh, oddly positive, because of like I said, the rest of these highlights are kind of like bangers, and he's really trying to come through with his vocals, but his vocalization doesn't come through at all. Just comes out really awkward and weird. And something else throughout the album is his some of his corny lyricism, uh, whether it's the game references that I don't understand, like she throws it back so good, like in Mortal Kombat, that she'll say finish him. She's evil, like Resident Evil. Like I don't understand what's going on here. Like it's just kind of like these corny lyrics throughout the whole album, and most of like these um, tracks that he's trying to convey as like a positive type thing. Like I said, they're just bumps in the road that really shouldn't be on here. Um, Anyways, in terms of negative aspect of this album, I think that's all I gotta say. So, in terms of positivity, I mean, the production's pretty solid in the hype tracks. I think he kind of tries to implement new things here and there that work out for him. And another thing that really works out are the features. You got features like Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Kehlani, ASAP Ferg, Moneybagg Yo, probably the best feature, Gigs, and Lil Uzi Vert as well was pretty good on Blue Notes too. But the ones who were pretty missed for me was Young Thug on We Slide. Yeah, not really feeling that one. Um, but yeah, really does well with his features for the most part. Kind of letting them do their own thing, and the chemistry's there. No one really feels out of place. Um, and Meek also does a great job of making himself still the center of attention without them like overwhelming the track or anything like that. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. He does pretty well with his features. However, on most of his solo tracks that he's trying to do like this positive message thing, or he's trying to get out these really awkward vocals, like singing wise, yeah, not really hitting for me. But the first two tracks, Intro, Hate on Me, and Outside 100 Miles Per Hour, where he does it solo, those are like really solid bangers. The other track I liked quite a bit was Northside, Southside, Northside, Southside featuring Gigs. I'm sorry. And Blue Notes 2 by Lil Uzi Vert. Those are probably the highlights on this thing. Um, the other tracks that he has features on are highlights as well. But those are probably my top three. If you had to like listen to this and give it a try yourself. But yeah, too many bumps in the road, too much filler, following this trend of making your album super long for some reason. Just give us the meat of the album. No fat, not trim out all that fat. You know what I mean? Give us a solid album. This could have been a really good 8, a great 8. But I'm gonna have to go straight down the middle, give it a 5 out of 10. Um, yeah, just too much filler, corny lyricism, trying to come off as like these weird, oddly positive type tracks that are coming off as awkward, and especially vocalizations of just doesn't fitting at all. However, there are some highlights on this thing, especially with the features and things of that nature, but tracks are hit or miss on this one. Anyways, that is the review. Hope you all enjoyed it, and if you want to give this a listen, link will be in the description below. Make sure you all have a great week. Peace and stay safe.